Welcome back, America, to It's All in the Proof. And we are
the Windy City Tasters. Hey, hey, hey.
Yo, yo, yo.
It's a new segment we're going to start up right now. It's going to be the rye whiskeys.
Yes. My dad and I were talking about this series for a while, and he wanted to take a new direction with the show.
Right.
So we got several, and we're not telling you, but we got several rye whiskeys for you.
Right.
And this whole series is kind of commemorating my dad turning 60 today.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. The man is in the house.
Right. Half of 120.
Oh,
yeah.
See. Well, you got some time to get there. You don't want to be there too soon.
Our first entry, not going by any special thing on the low end, or just the common end, we'll say not low.
Yep.
Common end.
Wild Turkey Rye.
Wild Turkey Rye. You can see our other segment on Wild Turkey, the regular.
Yep.
This is Wild Turkey Rye.
Yep.
Tell us something about how you like the Wild Turkey regular.
Well, see, I've been a fan of Wild Turkey for a long time. I love the Wild Turkey one-on-one. I love the flavor of Wild Turkey. And make a long story short, Wild Turkey was made for the turkey trappers. And they were out hunting in the woods with the cold and with the elements. And turkey trapping is no easy game. So they made a whiskey to commemorate for them as they're out hunting. And
Neither's getting his top off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a shot of this.
It's a trap.
I'm gonna need a shot of this. Okay.
So, and I know you guys have all noticed, just a few years ago, there's a big bourbon explosion. You had all these places making bourbon outside of Kentucky. All of these places making all kinds of bourbon and flavored vodka. And so now, recently, there's been, past 2 years or so, there's been a huge rye explosion. So now you have Wild Turkey Rye, you have Jim Beam Rye, which is my first rye that I drank like 10 years ago. Wow, 2003, no, 11. Ooh. And that was my first introduction in the rye, and since then I've kind of escalated. And so my dad, you know, he's kind of a novice in the rye area. He was more into bourbon and more into Elijah Craig. So this is a new experience for both of us in a way that this is my first time trying the rye version of Wild Turkey. Right.
And what we're going to do in this rye segment is we're going to pick up the bottles and give you a read off what the bottle says, just like you would when you go pick it up at the liquor store.
So we want to experience it for the first time in a sense, just like you would.
This is Uncut Funk. This is Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. It's I had it over here a minute ago. It's 81 proof.
Yeah, which is I know you may say 80 proof, 81. That's kind of low. But you have to figure that rye whiskey is very difficult to make. It takes the maturation process and the breakdown of the rye it's more delicate. And rye has so many different complexities in the way that it breaks down the starches, the sugar conversion, the flavors that emanate from that. And you can't distill it too much because you'll lose that flavor, those delicate, simple flavors that only rye can bring. So rye is a risk, but I'm sure they perfected it in order to, because Wild Turkey's not going to put their label on anything.
Exactly. And then the rye part of it is they use more rye than they do in corn whiskey. The balance has changed where now it's rye heavier than corn heavier. So you have corn whiskey and now you have rye whiskey. They say this is made from 4- and 5-year-old whiskeys. Yes. So we're going to try this. And the color, how you like the color, son?
It's like the color's a simple color, you know. It's not like heavy, it's not dark. It's a simple maple color, and you see how thin the legs are.
Yeah, another thin legger.
Yeah,
You're right. One of those two.
Yeah, one of them two. So we gonna nose it.
60th birthday. Okay.
The nose is pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the fall time. That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of the season.
I don't think you go wrong with any of the ones we test on our show.
No. Hey.
Wild Turkey Rye, let's go for the taste. Here we go.
Here we go.
I gotta catch up.
All right. Man, I mean it's very light. I mean, well, that's what you're gonna get with 81 proof. You do get a little rye aftertaste. You do get more of a grain on the tongue after everything else is settled. But remember, it was a thin coating.
Right. So yeah, it just goes right down. Not a whole lot of finish.
Right. Exactly. Well, drop a cube in it. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. Boom. Kokomo, Indiana, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, well, you have wild turkeys running around.
Yeah, go outside and catch one of those.
It brings out more of the rye with the cube.
Let me see. Let me see about second or first that.
Just let it linger a second longer after the finish. The cube brings out a little more of the rye. It hangs. It's got a little hang time on your tongue.
What he said. It's a nice product. Overall, nice product.
And this is the second whiskey I've had tonight that tastes that I would enjoy more with a cube.
Okay.
But not too much. So we're gonna rate it first.
Neat.
With neat.
Okay, I'm ready to neat.
And don't y'all shoot me over this. Remember, we all have different tongues. We all have different preferences.
Right.
So I'm gonna do 6 and diamonds.
Look at that. I didn't know what you were gonna do. 6 and
spooky.
Spooky.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
I was gonna hold it kind of right at 6 with the cube. Although it did get slightly better.
Right.
I'm gonna get 8 wild turkey. 7 with the cube. Right, 7 with the cube.
Yes.
Well, you know,
but you don't want too much though.
Right.
You know, cup of cubes. Let it sit a bit. You don't want it too watered down, but you want to drink it when it's cool because the rye does linger on your tongue a little longer.
Right.
And once again, we want to thank all the subscribers that have joined us. And we're glad to have you celebrating my world's best dad.
Exactly.
We're glad having you with us. There's more to come.
Much more.
We ain't even telling you what we going to do.
Right.
So till next time, America, you don't want to go nowhere because it's
all in the proof.
Jazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jazz. 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 Jazz.